I am Afiniki Akanet, author of Life Without Coffee, Choosing Happiness Over Stress. Today I'll be reading from page 90 of Life Without Coffee. For me, making hay while the sun shines, a common proverb, is about making the most of the opportunities we have now because they will not always be here. Whether you are 20 or 70 years old, the sun is shining now if you're reading this book. What are the opportunities around you that you've been overlooking? What have you been putting off or wishing you could do in another life? There is no time like now. I am inspired by a gentleman in his 70s who attends my church. He travels around the world every year to meet Christians in other countries, as that is something he feels he should do with his life. He encourages people and makes them feel loved. He could easily have thought that it is too late for him or made other excuses, but the vision of reaching so many places before the end of his life has kept him going. Watching him also makes me think about the importance of financial freedom. The way some of us young adults manage our finances, we would not be able to up and go anywhere after retirement because we have no plan for financial freedom that does not include the word lottery. Not everyone is cut out for business or accounting, but managing our resources well with the end in sight helps us to have the future we imagine. There are no guarantees in life, but if you have not done your best, you have no one to blame but yourself. Resources include time, money, relationships, and talent. We may not always have as much of any of these things as we do now, so that it is important to work hard and manage them well while we can, so that we can truly rest when we can't work anymore. It is always sad to see people who have ruined their relationships, wasted their talent, misused their youthful years, or managed their finances poorly. It does not matter how much you had, but how well you used it. Regret is a terrible thing to live with, but I think most people have a chance to make amends. The question is whether we can humble ourselves to see the change required and make it, no matter how difficult. I think making changes, especially in the later part of life, can be so difficult, which is why I always respect people that do this. When I was in medical school, there was a 50-year-old lady who was in my year studying with other 20-year-olds because she always wanted to be a doctor. Didn't get a chance to do it when she was younger, but when her last child went to university, she decided to go for it, and she's an amazing doctor now. I mentioned this gentleman in my book as well, who's been traveling around the world in his later years, doing the thing he's always wanted to do. I think if we have a vision, we have a dream, we have things that we want to do, it's important to try and make decisions and choices that make it possible for us to achieve those dreams. But if we've made mistakes along the way, or if we've made wrong choices or made wrong turns, or life happens and it just didn't happen, it's never too late to retrace our steps and to make some changes to make it happen. It's more important to have the vision, to appreciate that life does not end until it actually ends. So while you still have breath, while you still have life, you still have the choice to make a difference. It's better than living with regret. I don't know how old you are, I don't know why you're watching this, but if you are, I think it's a good opportunity to just reflect on things that you might need to change, or opportunities you might need to take at this stage of life, especially now that we've had a bit more time with the current coronavirus situation. We're all blessed to be alive and to be well. If you're among the 80% that have had it mild, or the majority that have not had it at all, it's really a blessing to be alive and well in this day and age. So use your time wisely. If you do have any comments or any questions, please feel free to email me. As usual, I love to hear from you. Until next time, stay strong, stay connected.